Welcome back to Junkyard's Garage. I'm your host, Rick. We're in the garage tonight. I forgot to give you a good intro for this last Junkyard video we did. And it was done quite a while ago. We went looking for Thunderbird parts that day. We found a lot of stuff, but not the stuff I needed. But we wanted to bring all you on for the ride so you can see what's left in this place. A lot of parts, a lot of cars, a lot of old stuff, Corvairs, fiberglass looking thingies, Geos up in the air. I mean, you name it, it was there. So without further ado, we're going to flash back in time and let's go to the junkyard. Remember again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We love every one of you as we couldn't do without you. Happy New Year. Okay, can we find Thunderbird stuff? This is the question. Lincoln, there's an MG. That's an AMC over there of some sort. We'll come back to that. Here's a Dodge Bicentennial edition, maybe, with all those fancy stars on it. Seen better days, that's unfortunate. Yeah, had some fancy stuff on it. A little bit of chrome. I'm sure I'll find T-Birds somewhere. The problem is we're at the wrong side of the row here is what the problem is, but Cadillacs, Ford station wagons, definitely a Dodge. With half a motor. Distributor was in the front. So that means it was a big block, probably 383. There's a Merc, or what are you? Hey, you're a Mercury, right? What is that little thing? Triumph. Huh. So the engine was in there like on an angle. That's kind of neat. There's a G-body. Another Dodge truck. Four-wheel drive flavor. Square body. There's a big Dodge. Yeah, old square body Chevy. That's a shame for those old trucks. Square body Dodge, Ford, Chevy, they were all amazing. Love every bit of them. 70s trucks. And say 80s trucks. Early 80s trucks. They were okay too. Pontiac? Buick. Sorry. That would be a nailhead flavor, I believe. See? Buick. Fire Chicken. Tempest. Cadillac. It's an old Chevy over there. Cadillac. Not sure what that one is out there. So, Cougar. Move on. This place is pretty big. There's a bump side Ford. What's left of it? Small block. There was a station wagon here. I took the heads off of many, many years ago. A white one, and I could have swore it was in this section here. Or was it a station wagon?
It was white. That I remember. Maybe it was. Maybe it was this motor. That's a Windsor. Wait, no it ain't. I don't know what that is. The water pump. That's an FE block. Mercedes. What is this thing? I don't have a clue. Definitely big. Almost went down there. Careful, careful. Well, we know what that is. I've been looking at one forever, but the problem is you find one that's worth anything. And they're pretty much junk, like this one. A convertible Buick. There's a Ford. Like I said, I don't know where. Aha! Thunderbird. Partially bent in half. Yeah, there's no seats or anything in it, darn it. FE block. See, the difference between an FE block and like a small block Ford, big block Ford is, you see how the heads look like they're kind of sliced off? Well, that's just because in order to take the intake off this engine, you gotta bolt all the rockers and pull all the push rods. In order to take that's just the way they are. That's where they always were. So you can't just pop the intake off it. You have to do, gee, oof. Somebody definitely needed part of this car. But you gotta check those fenders out. Look at them. They're like new. This thing's in the 50s, probably. Look at that. Those fenders are like brand new. That's amazing. Like, you can't even make that up. There's a flathead 6. I don't know what that stuff is, but I'm definitely not going that way. Check the dash out. That's got coolness written all over it. See this? That's a frame. Fully boxed frame. Look at that. That's an made frame. This is how hard that is. That's a frame. And here again, look at this one. Look at this fender in this car. Listen to it. That's metal. Here's a Dodge pickup. What's left of it. V8 in there. What a itty bitty little carburetor. There we go, we got Fords here. Old flatbed. Dually. Bump side Ford. And again, we're not going through that. Well, now I know what it is. It was a 3 on the tree. Clutch pedal. Yep, it was a 3 on the tree. Old dump truck. Another bump side. Could be 360, 352, 390. Doubt it's any bigger now. Volvos. I'll be darned. A Capri. I didn't know what these things even had for motors in them. But I know one thing, this thing is razor sharp. V6, I'll be darned. With a sideways carburetor? That's really weird. And there we go. The illustrious Eagle. Sport 4x4. With a wimpy 6-cylinder, but okay. Gotta really watch where you walk down here. Here's the old van. The pickup style flavor. Leaning Power of Tower. Or is it Leaning Tower of Power? That would probably be better. Old Mustang. What's left of it? See that? There's a couple of Fords. That's a Lincoln. There's like an LTD. I have no clue what that is. Maybe it'll say something in front. It's like a Volvo or something. Because it has a weird engine. It's not weird, but look at a little bitty 3-blade fan. Here, this is what we're looking for. We came to look for Thunderbirds. The rear end's in this car though yet. That could be something I'm gonna. A lot of people don't realize these big Thunderbirds and the Lincolns back then. They have what they call a 9 1/4 rear end. Really heavy. You got to notch out one bolt hole and it'll fit right in a 9-inch housing. A lot of people don't know that. Now I just told everybody, so now everybody will be looking for them. And an Acre 31 spline too. Look at that little V6. With that itty bitty little carburetor, it would have been there. Dodge for sure. Recognize the rocker arms, or Plymouth. Somebody gave a hurting in that Jeep. Wow, look at how the back just rotted right off of that. Amazing. Some of them are old. Like that car back, that one car we looked at, quarters look brand new. Wow, those valve covers have been off this thing for a very, very long time. Here's a Ranchero. Old. That's a Ford. I'd love to know which car I took. I could have swore it was a station wagon, but it's not here. There's a Volkswagen. Is that a Volkswagen? I think, because the engine was in the back. There's the louvers. Here's a Dodge Valiant Scamp. Oof. I don't think those belonged on there. Here's a Lincoln. Chevy. I don't think you'd consider it a panel truck, would you? I don't know. Volkswagen. Small block, I think. Factory sunroof. On a Newport? That's kind of neat. I don't know what this is. Too crinkled up to even recognize it. Jaguar with the infamous V12. I never heard any good things about. Mustang 2. How's a T-roof flavor? V6, I bet. Yep. Oh my God, a Chevy Citation. Wow. Surprisingly, oh yeah, it's rotted the back a little bit. Off to the next one. Delta 88. Had a quadra bog onto it. Old 350. Good motor. 350 rocket motor. The Thunder Chicken. I think that was a turbo version. Never actually seen one of these. There's probably no motor in it anyway. Oh yeah. But there's no turbo. But even needs an aluminum intake, there's one. Here's another one. A Chevelle. An MG. What is this? A Mach 1. Had a 2-barrel Cleveland in it. See, they made a difference. Your two Clevelands, 2-barrel and 4-barrel. That's a 2-barrel port. On a big Cleveland and portrait would be like this. I have a set of heads in my garage. There's a Torino. What's left of it. It used to have a small block in it. Hey, look. Somebody found a Ford carburetor. I meant Holly. I said that because it was sitting on top of a Ford. What's this animal? I don't know, there's no hood. Does the hood say something on it? Nope. No, it does not. Well, that's kind of neat. This must have been an AMC. Jeep. Ford carburetor. Yes, Jeep did that. They used auto lights. Heck, you'd even see a Dodge in some of them. Porsche. Here's an AMC wagon. Wow, and definitely a 4-cylinder. It's got a weird intake. Look, there's another one. As I said, someday I want a Ranchero in a worse way, or an El Camino. I would do a Chevy flavor just to get one. Had a small block in it. There's a Lincoln. No, Thunderbird. Oh, goody, a Thunderbird. That's what we're looking for. That, my friends, is what's left of a Corvette. The only reason to know that is because I could tell by the wheels. I don't know what happened to that thing, but ooh. I don't know what that is. Here's a Monte Carlo. You don't see these often. That body style. But the neat part is, check it out. This was actually made out of metal. Tell me that's not neat. Small block. Small block. There's a dent side Ford, what's left of it. But this here, that's a shame. The funny part is, this car wasn't that bad. Where they normally rot, it didn't. Even a tailgate, probably fixable. This is what we originally came to look for. Big. This wind is brutal today. Big block. The carburetor fell off it. Here's an old. Oh yeah. No carburetor. But at least whoever took the carburetor off, they were cool enough to try to cover it up a little bit with something. That's nice. You don't see that anymore. Nobody gives a shit. If there's junk anyway, well, you know what? Somebody might have been able to use that motor. 2-barrel, if I had my guess, 351 modified or 400. Cadillac, what's left of it. Yep, what's left of it. Oh, Willie's. Oh, B. Oh, super meats in the back seat. Check this out. See the axle nut? Those axles came off. Somebody pulled the tranny out of it, but it still has the original 4-cylinder and it made like 60 horsepower. Ooh, I don't know what happened to that. It's a shame for something like this. Oh no, there is a transfer case right there. But where's the tranny? They must have taken the transmission. I had one of those Willys and I didn't have it long, so we bought it. And there is a boat tail. Buick. They're rarer than hen's teeth. Let me see if I can get up the other side. I was just going to say, I'm sure the motor tranny's gone. I guarantee that was a 455. There's a Jeep we'll get to you in a minute. Pontiac? I think so. This must have been a drag car. Check it out. Tornado or Eldorado? With weight reduction. Another, there's a Volkswagen. Check that out. This car's not in terrible shape. Caught my eye. Gotta go backwards here a little bit. Rambler? I think these weren't very big inside. Little flathead 6. Tell me what this is, guys. I don't have a clue. Comments. I don't have a clue what that is. Took time out of our busy day. There's a Cadillac back there. Just come up here and try to find T-bird starts before the summer really kicks in and it gets really hot. Check it out. The motor's covered up. Nope. Just kidding. The motor's in the back. Yeah, this T-bird is not much. I like to look for hood emblems, certain console parts, that kind of stuff out of the Thunderbirds. I love that stuff. That's why we came up here to look. Oh, no motor now. Here's a Buick hanging out up on blocks. Let's see if this has the X-frame. Yep. You see that frame? Notice how it doesn't go down the edge here. It goes inside there. That was a Buick thing. I think Cadillac did it. I think Cadillac did also, but you got to look at it. The drive shaft went through there. It went through the middle of the frame, through that hole. That's how the drive shaft went through in the front, but it was the next frame. And then it gets to the back there, and it unXs itself. See here? There's a drive shaft coming out of the frame. It's pretty cool, huh? Tidbit of the day. See, I'm not a complete dummy. I do know some stuff. Any motor in this thing? Probably not. That's why they had a partner. No, but there's a drive. There you go. See how the drive shaft goes down into the frame? Trying to change the drive shaft usually along the road. Ooh. Small block, LTD. Stacks of cars that have been there for a very, very long time. LTD, another Cadillac, things breaking under my feet. I see Thunderbirds over there next row. A Jeep. What kind of Jeep? Inline 6-cylinder. Huh. Somebody must have built that. That didn't come on there. Here's a Nova. What year is that? And what is that? It's got. It would have a real narrow grill, whatever it is. Here's a Cadillac. Out there. Huh. Look at the body in this. Not terrible. Big old V8. Shame. A lot of people may not know, but these are front-wheel drive cars. They did the front-wheel drive. This is one of the first luxury cars that I know of a front-wheel drive, because then it did was it gave more room inside there. That's why they did it. G-body. There's no money. We'll get to that road in a minute. How about that? Nova, Buick. It's basically the same body style. They just changed like the back these windows a little bit, the contour, but essentially it's the same car underneath. That's a Pontiac because it has a big wide 2-barrel. Buick Century. There you go. Eldorado. It's the weed edition. Look at the axles. Here you go. Front-wheel drive. At least the starter was easy to get to as long as you don't have to take it out. Look how close that is. Ooh. 300 ZX. Definitely has issues. An old dent side Ford. Nope, bump side Ford. See that? There's so much to look at that I just... Unfortunately, what I came here to look for, I'm really not finding. Oh. Look, check it out. Dual bangers back there. This is a 2-door flavor yet. This actually has a motor in it yet. Small block. See the spot where the distributor goes? Small block in the back, big block in the front on a Dodge. Don't know what this is. D-O-D-G-E. Bet you know what that means. I don't think those wheels belonged on that. Nope. There's an old male Jeep. The automatic flavor. Bet it's a Dodge transmission. Man, look at the ABU transmission in there. Jeez. That thing's tiny. Hey, here's a Scooby-Doo van. What's left of it. See that when you drove these things, the motor was back there and you sat up here. My father had one. That's the only reason I remember a little bit about it, but not a lot. Small block. Automagical transmission. There's a T-Bird over there. An International Scout. How neat is that? That one has a 6-cylinder in it. My aunt had one of these back in the day, many years ago, with a 4-cylinder in it. It was so old it still had the round taillights. Here's a Buick. Just somebody decided to crinkle up. There's even an engine in there. Only a 2-barrel, but it's in there. Huh. This thing has the original wheels on it yet. This gave me an idea. Nope. 2 out of 4. Up. That one's bent though. 2 out of 5. No, 2 out of 3. We got back here. Newer Buick. 425 flavor-ish. Because I know these Buicks, check out the motors like really far ahead. Like, you can, look how easy it is on both transmissions. You know, that makes it really easy to treading this car. This has Buick wheels on it too. This is a 2-door flavor. Yeah. Yeah, we do miss you with some here and there, but an old Falcon. This is big, and like you said, I came looking for something in particular. What's left is Mustang. Jag. Here's an LTD. Probably a 400. They did make a 400 4-barrel 1 year. Here we go. I guarantee you there's no cylinder heads in this car. How much y'all want to make a wager there's no cylinder heads? And I'll explain why in a minute after we confirm my theory. Well, they took the whole motor out. 68 to 71 had quench style 72cc chambers. 72 they got bigger, and then they just got bigger and bigger after that. Well, that's why a lot of times you'll see them, the heads have taken off or they take the whole motor. And the deck height is actually different between 68 and like 96. The last one they changed the deck height 2 times. What's this? Well, that's pretty cool the way the motor was sunk way back in that thing. I think this is an Opel. Check out these headlights. They turn this way. That's different. A Yugo. I can't believe I'm even seeing that. I don't know what that was. They picked that thing clean. I am so sorry for the wind. Today's just one of them days. That's a big motor. I don't know what it is. Anybody know what that is? Put it down in the comments if you know, because I don't have a clue. The rockers are kicked. The intake has the 8-bay little thing cargo. And now water and anything? I have no clue what it is. What's the front of this car look like? Oh, if I had my guess, I'd say Rolls Royce. Isn't that neat? Oh, no shit. Right-hand drive. Yeah, Rolls Royce. That's pretty cool. Ford van. That nobody cares about, I'm sure. Hey, we got anything good back here? That would be no. Mustang 2. Maverick, like other Junkyard was at. I saw they had one there. That was Harry's, you pull it. Here's a T-Bird. Newer one. I bet you this probably doesn't even have the engine in it now. Yeah, Harry's had one Maverick up there. Small block Chevy. I wonder if those exhaust manifolds would be kind of gooder. I don't know. Another Buick. That's definitely seen better days. Oldsmobile. And that. Apparently this was designed for one thing and one thing only. That's kind of cool. You put that motor in there. Nope. Riviera, the newer flavor. I guess you could consider that a G body. Well, a Corvair. So we found 3 T-Birds with nothing in them. That's just disappointing. Yep. For all of them who want to know, there's no engine in the front. It's in the back on this also. That was a big thing that they tried, and I know they made a regular one. They made a Spider with turbos or some Stings. They made a couple of different ones. Lincoln, LTD. The smallest of the block is. Exceptionally small motor. See, you can tell this is an early version because the newer ones, they eliminated this bolt. They only had 6 on the side. This one doesn't. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Has 8. I don't know why they eliminated this one, but they did. That's how you can always tell 70. I know on 351, 76 and newer. The actual small block, I'm not sure. Quaterbog. That's what's left of a G-body. Another stacks of junk. Them things look all new stuff too. What is this? That's pretty much unrecognizable, but this thing, what is this? I don't know. Anybody know what it is? So I don't. Oldsmobile. That would be, yep. There's the old Cadillac with an extremely big motor. I like how they had these set up. The ballast weights that are rusted solid are on the top. These are what controls your mechanical advance. Those things. But the springs, check it out. The springs are still good. Is that neat or what? You know we have to check this out. Just because. There's probably stuff growing in it, but I think it would be cool to just check. if it'll open. Never seen this side one of these before. Wow, tell me that's not cool. Wraparound couches, glass, sunroofs. That's just got cool written all over it. Check that out. Wow. That's pretty neat. Yep, back to our tour. I just wanted to check that out. That's all. Here's an MG. Triumph. What do they have for a motor? Yeah, 4-cylinder. Look at all them belts. I don't know what that's for. Fuel pump? Hmm. It obviously goes in there and does something. Because I think that's a camshaft. I don't know what that is. That's different. Lincoln. Another Jaguar. Just caught my eye. How about the fenders? There's hardly even any rust in the fenders. Sorry about the sun glare, people. There we go. Look at them fenders, hardly any rust. I'm sure somebody took carburetor off already. Yeah, that's definitely got a Scout motor in it. International. 401, no. 304, 390, and 401, I think. With a Megalodon beefy plow. Here's another one. Well, a little bit at the bottom. But listen to that. It's a shame it's dented. Not really any rust onto it. Oh boy. Opel. A Chevy Love truck. Boy, are these far and few. And that thing even has a license plate on it. A Chevy Love. A lot of people don't either. You know, you could get these in a diesel. Maybe that's what that was. Just like the Chevy Chevette. You could get that in a diesel. Here's a square body Chevy. Ain't much good on it anymore. But that's why it's here, right? Still got a small block in it. And I bet you. Oh look, boom tubes. Look at it. And that carburetor even works. Huh. No, I might have to grab one of these. Grab this when I come back. Let's see if the throttle works. No. Yeah, I may have to grab one of these when I come back. I'm gonna grab this when I come back. I don't know what that's for. But that works. I gotta try to remember where it is. Hey, I'll take a quadrijet that works. If it don't cost me much. I mean, that's the electronic flavor, but I've heard you could eliminate that pretty easy. Another square body. You know I gotta be nosy at all square bodies. Oh, 6 in a row right at the top. Look at that. Look how clean that is. I bet you that's a good engine. What a shame. What a shame. Even that starter looks pretty new. There's another one. Wow. Convertible Cadillac, what's left of it. Here we got another. Well, first we'll check this out. It's the other thing I was thought neat with the Chevy and GM flat springs. Yeah, that one's junk for sure. At least they left the radiator hooked up. Maybe it'll run. Nope, probably not. Here's a T-bird and see if we can get anything else. Nope, that's another FE block. consoles in it, but it looks pretty ratty. You know what? It might be. I'm gonna bring some tools, I think. Said I didn't bring any with me. I came to look. And then I memorized where everything is. And that's how and then I'll come back. Because I don't want to walk this whole thing. Yank it toolbox. There's it over there in action. And saying hi. Again, people, I apologize for that. Check this out. A Corvair pickup truck. In case you don't know what that is, the Corvair pickup truck. Why is it a Corvair pickup truck? Because of the way that it is. See? Motors in the back. Axle shafts, transmission, I think they were 4-speed. Motors in the back. Air cooled. Pulled air in through here somehow. Not 100% sure how all that stuff worked. You got in and out of it from the side. Right there. So it's kind of like a cab over Peterbilt. Same but different. Kind of neat. We got a little Falcon. Six-cylinder, that would probably be what? A 200 or 170? Flames. Oh, that'll make it go fast. Oh, no, that one's not going fast. There's no motor. Look, there's a twin. I don't know if the flames are the same, but closer. Here's a square body. The doors fell off. Almost dropped my phone in a water puddle. See? That would have been bad. Okay, now. Well, we're halfway across the antique section. Here's a square body hanging out. Look at that plow thingy. Hey, there's fuel injectors up there. See them right there. Well, that's neat. Crank bolt fell out. Here's a crunched up Ford. Convertible Buick. Look at that, Dodge? No, is that Plymouth? Is that the Y for Plymouth? Yeah, I think so. Small block. Square body, newer one. It's got the Aggies. Here we go. Here's a Thunderbird with double boomers. Now that's a shame. This is something else I looked for. I'd kill the 518 with a T-roof. T-roof. It was a 2-barrel something or other. I mean, they're out there, but they are expensive. Very. This wind is just horrible. Somebody apparently needed those parts. I'm thinking. Probably. Yep. Hey, here's a T-Bird. There's an old, I had one of them in high school. '73 with a 350 rocket motor, and boy, the thing was amazing. Especially when it came to getting gas. I don't think that's going to turn over again. 460 with that goofy thing on the intake. See, that was a goofy spreadboard. That was Ford's version of the spreadboard. So only certain carburetors fit that. I think it's 4300 Autolite. It only fits that. Don't ask me why. Here's another one. Same thing. See, the reason these heads are on here yet? Because these aren't the good motors. Inline 6-cylinder in a grenade. See, the parts that I need for one of these are probably not here. Well, maybe they are here. Oh, one's gone. But I think that one is the one that I actually need. I'm going to have to make a list. I'm going to have to make a list. Fan, carburetor, and that. And this is also near the limo. Definitely. So what I came to look for, I'm not finding. But I'm finding everything else but that. That's an old International truck. Hey, that's homemade. Six-cylinder, straight front axle. 6-cylinder in here. Straight front axle. I had to put my coat on. For the spring, it's cold today, that's for sure. Ford van, what's left of it. Boy, did they strip this thing. There's another Thunderbird over there. Wow. I mean, they stripped all of it. Like, yeah. Is that what I think it is? Nope. Just a Weber. See, that was a Dodge. That's what they used. Carter, Weber. Carter and Weber are pretty much the same thing. There's a Mustang too. What's left of it? We won't even walk over there. It's not even worth looking at. Mazda. Don't say Mazda, but that B2000 is a Mazda. Ooh. Crispy critters? Sorry about that. That was called a phone drop. I got licorice hands and it just took off. That's a new kind of rubberized motor. It's in there. Yeah, they picked this T-Bird clean too, darn it. They got it all. Wow. They got it all. Wait a second. Is this international? This is international, I think. That is not an international motor. That looks like a Pontiac or Oldsmobile. Well, that was a neat project back in the day, I bet. Here's another grenade. The motor fell out. There's a bump side. FE block. Cool, Thunderbird. I had to look at it twice. Not much left of this thing either. Boy, they really picked this thing good. That's either a 400 or a 351. Oldsmobile. A Ford. I think so. Mercury. That I know is Oldsmobile. He got to F85. Here's a T-Bird. I didn't have to look. This thing is picked beyond picked. Bump side Ford. With what's left of a 460. That's full of water. See, now that's got the normal intake. The square bore style. Which is what I have on Thunderjet. Another Chevy Love. Flames. Volvo. Flame. It went so fast the front end fell off. Bronco 2. I love it. The V8s, they put that carburetor on it like that one. The Vig 6, they put the same kind of carburetor on it. That's neat. That's an Opel with those flippy headlight thingies. Those things are really cool though.
There was a boy named JP with a grin.
That motor's taking a nap. It's leaning on its side.
He saw the
Hey, there's another Thunderbird.
chicken and said,
That's an older one.
bird is mine. He tucked it beneath his jacket and he ran without a
You really opened
sound.
that door.
Straight down toward
No
the
motor in it.
river where no one else was around.
Console's toast in this one. Came with that optional Flintstone thing.
JP, what trouble you get in stealing chickens from the farmer just to cook 'em by the bin.
Here's a
Wrap
bull
it up
nose.
in river mud, throw it on the flame.
400.
Pack that bird with mud,
Man, they
just
let you be
the
here.
way he'd heard them say.
There's another Thunderbird. Now we're getting somewhere.
Turns hard,
Cadillac,
feathers fall away.
Capri station wagon.
The fire cracked and sizzled, smoke rising through
Ooh,
the
this
air.
has suicide doors.
JP waited
And somebody
on his
removed them.
masterpiece, not a single care.
No motor. I don't have to go looking inside because I can tell there's nothing
What
left.
trouble you get in stealing chickens from the
What
farmer
is
just
that?
to cook 'em by the bin, wrap it up in river mud, throw it on the flame.
I'm not sure.
Now the farmer came a
But
storming, shouting, "Boy,
there's
what
definitely
have you
fiberglass.
done?" JP shrugged and wiped his muddy hands, said, "I was just having
Yeah, that little
fun."
critter strip. What do you say?
Farmer
It's
shook
Pennsylvania
his head
junkyard.
and sighed. Next time,
At least you go to
just
Tennessee and them places, there's something
JP
left.
said, "I'll do better, but that
Them super
chicken
treads on them
sure
tires.
was something."
Lost its transmission. G-body. I think that's a smiley face. Darn it, excuse me. I think that was a smiley face. And then we have the bumper from hell. Check that out. Yep.
Wrap it up in river mud, throw it on the flame.
Here's a big old Lincoln.
Asked him how it tasted. He just laughed
Motor
and said,
out of that one. Square body. Check it out. The bed fell off.
"It
Wow, never
tasted
seen that
like
before.
mud."
Apparently all the bolts fell off. Now you know how they wasn't aware how they went on. Now I know. Now what that is. It's a big Ford. Pretty big motor. 351 and 400. It could be a Cleveland, but I doubt it. Weight reduction right there. There's another Corvair just hanging out. This is old Ford. With a small block. Judging by the way this thing is beat around, I wonder if this was a demo or something. Because these were excellent demo cars back in the day because they were front-wheel drive. You could smash this bumper back up to the wheels and they would still go. I see a dent up bullnose that I missed. Here's an old convertible. A lot of convertibles here. But back in the day, it's been cool beans to have one of these. This wind is really annoying. I am so sorry for that. Jaguar. Leaning Tower of Power. Ranchero. Well, I don't know if it's considered Ranchero or not, but I know it's the same principle. Cadillac with a 2-barrel. Here's a Jeep. That's how we remove a mirror. Like that. Here's what's left of a Buick. Somebody decided to open it the other way. See, check it out. Aluminum intake. I think. Nope, it's rotted. It's rusting. My bad. Big T-bird. The emblem's gone. And nothing inside it either. Really. Another Ranchero. The quarter's not actually that bad on this car. Neither the doors. Why was this here? Huh. Yeah, door on this side's good. That door's not terrible either. Yeah, if I ever find my Ranchero, I know where there's doors. They'll be gone by then. That is a Peugeot, I think. My uncle had those things. Nope, Mercedes. It has a star on it. Right there, star. That's what's left of International. Here's a Corvair van. See, it sat right up front. Steering wheel. Motor's back there somewhere. I don't know how long they made these things, but ooh, it says 400. Wow, this wind is really getting intense. I'm going to have to block some of this out. There you go. See that? See them bars? Torsion bar. That was a Dodge thing. They didn't have springs up front. But they're cool. If you want to lift the front ender down, you just went back here and manipulated those things. They have like these big bolts on them. A Schnova. Well, at least the wind gives it some flavor. Check it out. Doesn't have a regular oil filter. It has a canister filter. Take this top off, you pull the filter out, it's all icky. You put a new filter in, put the cap back, and you make sure the O-ring's good. Well, at least the wind stops are good. I made this thing at a top speed of 40 mile an hour. But it got the job done. There's another Corvair. We got a ways to go yet. I have not seen near. Look at the body. The body on that car isn't even good. Why is it here? Looks like somebody has restored it and they just said heck with it. Look at that. It's not terrible at all. The body's beautiful. Like really. Well, not inside the fender well. There's some weight reduction right there, but a lot of Corvair pickup trucks. There's another one. International. Wow. You can tell that's a big block Dodge. See, big block Dodge, they had every other motor I've ever worked on. The whole bearing cap sticks out below the block. Where Dodge, to make them stronger, you see these ribs? They put the crank in the block farther, which apparently was a better design. Here's a Thunderbird. Man, why can't I find one that has that has both of those seats? Here's a bullnose over there. Uh, 351 and 400. It says 400 displacement. Remember, 400, not 351M. They are just, there's no such thing as a 400M. It's a 400. I don't know where that M ever even came from in a 351, but it's not right. I can't believe the way this way is scary. I don't know if we're supposed to get any storms today. It's too early in the season to get tornadoes, I think. Maybe. That's unusual. A bullnose with a good door. With a 6-cylinder. And a stick, probably. I can't believe this door's actually good. Yeah. There's not even any rust in the bottom of it. Put that on my list. Bed liner. Here's another. Oh, Monza V6. I was gonna say it was a V8. Oh, nope, V6. Put a V8 in one of these things. They're like a jet, literally. Here's another panel truck. Yeah, panel gives a new meaning to it, I think. Yep, perfect. Pinot. Another, what's left of it, Pinot. Studebaker? Maybe? Had that goofy front end. I think that was Studebaker. With a big bullet in the middle. Look at this. A lot of these big car convertibles in here. Wow. Okay. I'm a little confused. And that belongs there? Somebody has to do in the comments, tell me what this is. I'm actually going to shut this off, make it short, and see if somebody tells me. Okay, we're making a short here because I need to know, what are these? What are these? These lines coming through them. I don't understand. Are they for vacuum? Or what are they? It's pretty neat, actually. I don't know what kind of car it is. There's no emblems, but what are those? Somebody let me know. Corvair. Hey, even has the motor in it yet. Small block. With bangers on it yet. Wow. There were another big thing, headers. You gotta have the right kind, and for a pickup truck, if you're only doing low-end pull-in power and stuff, you really gotta be very selective to get the right ones. Step-side GM. With an automatic. Ooh, this air's getting to me. Small block flavor. There you go. That's like a Travelall. Is what it was. International. Travelall. Isn't it amazing how high they made their intake manifolds? Look how high that thing is. They bought exhaust manifolds too. I don't know what that is, but it definitely has some coolness factor with it. I mean, that's just cool. Boy, that'd be fun to play with. Oh no, it's in it for a motor. I don't know, but it's halfway in the... This was definitely home built, but this would be neat to play with. Oh. Must have a Jeep motor. Must be a Jeep motor. But boy, they put a lot of time and effort in this thing. Buck Mountain, USA. There's a Willys. Six in a row, ready to not really tow. Oh, looks like for the end we found absolutely no T-bird stuff whatsoever. Them cars up there are really smushed. Here's another one, a Travelall. Dent side. Well, it looks like we don't have the luck. I also found a Travelall I got to tell my buddy about. I didn't know they had. There's a couple of bugs. There's a rear end. I can put that up in my golf cart. Another Scout. And bugs. looks like that's going to be about it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out my friends. Build in Place, Rusty Metal Garage, Pike Historical Steam Show, Lone Wrench Garage, Flat Broke Garage. We're all on YouTube. We have good stuff. We have cars, classics, racing, you name it. And don't forget, most important of all, Allstate Carburetor. They keep our carburetors going. Y'all have a good one. Thanks again.